Hello YouTube, it's Charles the Destroyer, and we are going to look at the Superman official teaser trailer. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather today, so please excuse snifflies and coughies, and my accent's probably going to come out a little bit. Anyway, grab a snack, grab a beverage, let me know what you're eating or drinking down below. Let me know what you think. Did I freeze? Why did I freeze? Anyway, grab your snackies, grab your beverage, let me know what you eating or drinking down below. My phone froze for a second, sorry. Watching. Rip. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, who humbled you? Who we fighting? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know anything about this new one. I have a lot of feelings about Man of Steel. We'll get to that. But like I don't know a single thing about the new one. Sounds like you got like a little congestion a minute ago. You know, you got some stuff in there. Yeah. Okay. Are we gonna kill him in a tornado in a stupid way? Hit to begin. Krypton! God, sorry. I got too excited. I got to. It's oh God, what is the cat's name? Stripes? Is he in this? What's the cat's name? Streaky. Is Streaky in this? Listen, I have invested interest in Streaky. Is he in this? I love Streaky. Please, which Green Lantern? You're saying you want to see a Green Lantern movie. Which Green Lantern? It's important. Which one? Who's your favorite Green Lantern? I really like Jon Stewart. I mean, he's running on a frozen tundra, so, you know, he's kicking up snow.
Home. Take me home.
Oh, bro. Translation: Chelsea watched Justice League as her first DC series. I watched the animated stuff. I watched animated Batman. I watched Superman, the animated series, and I watched animated Justice League, and I loved animated Justice League. I cared less for the second part of it. When it was like the big expanded Justice League. I really liked the first part of it when it was like the smaller Justice League. Loved that. I loved that series. It was so good. I'm chasing that high. I feel like with some of the animated stuff that's coming out, other people are also kind of chasing that feel. I also like Static Shock. Static Shock was great. Y'all know how I feel about Batman Beyond. We already talked about that. I love Batman Beyond. Static Shock, I really feel like they dropped the ball on Static Shock real hard. Just saying. That is my personal feelings about that. Yeah, I think they need to use Static Shock more. I think they need to make another Static Shock or bring him into something. We now are doing like grittier, like cartoons. I mean, I'm not saying do like what you did with the Harley Quinn animated thing, because I feel like that was a little much. That was a little much for me personally. I know people do like the Harley Quinn show. I just had it was a little too much for me personally. I don't know. But like they could do some they could do some stuff. I'm just saying. I feel like they're not going to touch it though, and I'm like, you cowards. Just like you were a coward for not picking up that Batman Beyond movie that the people that did Spider-Verse wanted to do and pitched. Like, I'm so mad about it. Like, come on. Listen, I love Batman Beyond. Okay, I got feelings about it. But I like I said, we're gonna 100%. I got some feelings about Man of Steel, so we're gonna get to that. Luthor Corp. It's not Lex Corp. I just noticed that. Like, is that just something I'm not aware of? Like, is that more of a comic book thing? I don't know. I don't know. Wait, that's weird. Yeah, you now see it. Luthor Corp. That's different. I don't know. And it's this version of Lex Luthor. Okay. Again, I watched all of the animated shit, and I liked the animated stuff, so I'm kind of like, All right. Superman. I mean, you could have just flown. Oh my god. And Hawk Girl? Got a Green Lantern? Not the one I like. And we got Hawk Girl? I don't know who that is. Or that. Sorry. Crypto just dragging his ass. I don't know some of these. I'm gonna be honest. Who is Guy Gardner? It's Nathan Fillion. I like Nathan Fillion. We're gonna see about that Guy Gardner stuff. Who is this? I don't know who this is. Mr. Terrific. I don't know who that is. Honestly, I'm not sure who that is. It was in Justice League Unlimited a lot. The half that I did not like from the animated series. Yeah, I remember less of Justice League Unlimited because I did not like Justice League Unlimited as much as Justice League. So okay, that's fine. Okay. Question. Is this a beginning Superman story? Or has he been Superman and we're just jumping into like a big bad situation? Do we know? Do we know that? I believe he's been Superman for a while or a bit. Probably a both situation. Okay. So let me go back to maybe a better. Okay. Dead ass. I watched Man of Steel. And I think there was a few things of the DCU that I watched. It was like Man of Steel, which kind of turned me off on all the other ones for various reasons. The first Wonder Woman movie I watched, and then the first Aquaman movie I watched because I was invited to like a birthday party. Kind of, we're going to see this movie. Come with us. So kind of like that. Man of Steel was, I'm going to get hate for this. Man of Steel didn't feel like characterization was good. Like, that didn't feel like Boy Scout Superman, because part of what, and you can tell me that I'm wrong, I don't read the comics. It really feels like that wasn't really Superman, because I feel like a lot of Superman's whole thing is like, oh boy, he's a Boy Scout. Like, he's really careful about, you know, who he is and what he is, right? And they had Henry Cavill just destroying people's livelihoods and killing people and a bunch of other kind of and like the whole thing with his dad, where it was like, hey, sometimes people gotta die and you just have to let them die, even if they're like kids. And the thing that got me the biggest motherfucking thing that got me about Man of Steel was the fucking tornado scene. Y'all bitch asses live in Kansas. I can't remember what the fuck they were standing under. They were standing under something. I thought it was maybe an overpass. My ass lives, if y'all don't know, in Alabama. So I got an accent. It's kind of coming out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sick. My ass lives in fucking Alabama. We also have tornadoes here in Alabama, but probably not like they get in Kansas. You know, where it's fucking flat. Because like we got fucking like hills and some mountains up here. Okay, we're at the very end of Appalachia. All right, we're at the very end of Appalachian Mountains. So we get like hilly. All right. What the fuck do you mean, y'all bitch asses is gonna be like, there's a fucking tornado. You're gonna pull your cars over. You're gonna get out of your fucking car, and you're gonna go stand. And what I thought was an overpass or like a tunnel or some shit. First of all, if it was an overpass, where the fuck is there an overpass in Kansas? Y'all can tell me where it is. I'm just curious. Like, I'm just curious. Where the fuck is there an overpass in fucking Kansas? The fucking flattest goddamn place. Like, I don't understand why that happened. And second of all, let me tell you what happens if you get out of your car and go stand under an underpass in fucking tornado time. All right, let me. There's a few things that are gonna happen. All right, either one, your bitch ass gonna get sucked out of the fucking underpass because you just standing there. It's a wind tunnel now. The underpass or the tunnel, whatever the fuck, it's a wind tunnel now. You don't get out of your car and you stand under an overpass and a tornado. You don't do that.
Cheer 100 no. You are right, I agree with what you say. I didn't like what they did to Superman in that DC run. He is a good man at heart.
Thank you for the bits. You get me. All right. My main issue is like, this is not tornado what you do. And it bothered me a lot. Because again, I live with a place that we get tornadoes. Okay. Like, we've gotten some really bad tornadoes. It's fucked up my town multiple times. You don't get into a basically wind tunnel. Because, like, either you're going to get sucked out and congratulations, you're now debris. All right? You're getting flung somewhere. Or debris is getting hurtled at you at very high speeds and you're going to die by getting hit by debris. Or whatever you're standing under might collapse on you. I'm going to be honest. It legitimately might collapse on you. That's another thing you got to worry about. But, like, we need to teach Superman that, you know, sometimes you just gotta let people die in the stupidest fucking way possible. First of all, if y'all are all from Kansas, y'all know better than this shit. What are you doing? And then it was like the whole, like, oh, the dad has to, spoilers for Man of Steel, I guess, which I don't remember this movie. I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember very few things about this movie because I did not like it. And, as maybe you know, if I don't like something, it leaves my brain very quickly. But there were some certain parts of it that drove me fucking crazy. All right. And the fucking tornado thing set me. Okay. So the dad goes to save the dog that was left in the car. That dog was safer than everybody the fuck else, wherever the hell they were standing under the overpass whatever the fuck they were standing under. I don't remember. That dog was the safest fucking thing in this situation. I'm gonna be honest. By being trapped in the fucking car. All right. But the dad goes to save the dog in the car or whatever. One, Clark could have done that. He's got super speed as well. I mean, like, yeah, it's like, oh no, you have to hide who you are from these people. Cool. There's a fucking tornado. I mean, I feel like he could make some excuses, but okay. And then the dad is like getting the dog. He lets the dog go. The dog runs to where all the people are standing, where they're going to die. Because they're not standing where they need to be standing to survive a tornado. They got out of their cars, which they could have tried to drive away from the tornado. They could have gotten out of the car and, you know, hopefully there's maybe a ditch or an indent in the ground they could have laid in. Or they could have just sheltered in their car, really. None of these are the most ideal, but it's better than standing under a fucking overpass or whatever the hell they were standing under. Basically wind tunnel asking for you. But, like, then the dad's just standing there in the road surrounded by all these cars that all these people abandoned. And he's looking at Clark and he's just shaking his head no, because we have to teach Clark it's okay that sometimes people just have to die. This is stupid. 100%. This is fucking stupid. This is just dumb. This is dumb. I don't care. I have a lot of feelings about this. First of all, that's not how you tornado. That's not how you do tornadoes. Don't teach people that in movies. Like, don't teach people get out of your fucking car and stand under a fucking overpass or stand in a tunnel or stand in whatever the fuck. That is not at all what you do when there's a tornado. Okay? It's not. That is how people die. Please do not do that. I am very bothered by it. Mainly because, you know, I live in a town where a lot of people have died from tornadoes. So, like, I'm very upset about this because they're in fucking Kansas where there are tornadoes. So you should know better. Like they should know. But anyway, I'm hopeful for this. Like, I mentioned it before. I feel like Marvel is like kind of mediocre. They're turning out mediocre stuff. I've stopped watching Marvel stuff, to be honest with you. Like, I'm so burnt out on them. I've basically completely stopped watching any of their movies. Because there's just such a backlog of TV shows and movies that I have to like catch up, and shorts that I have to like catch up with. And at this point, I'm like, none of the things I've been watching semi-recently has been really good to me personally. So I'm just kind of like skipping Marvel stuff. I haven't really liked it. I think it's weak writing. So like, I'm hopeful about the DCU. There's reboot. I do know that there's a lot of negative feelings about it because of what happened with the Snyderverse or whatever, and with like Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot and forget who else. Is it Ben Affleck? Like all them or whatever. Like, I get it. How Warner is handling shit a lot isn't great either. I have a lot of opinions about how they're handling a lot of their HBO shows, a lot of their like random movies and a bunch of other stuff. I don't feel very good about Warner Brothers right now either. But I'm hoping that they can make some like good superhero movies, because like I don't understand why they're struggling so hard, why their writing's not good. So I'm hopeful. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I mean, like, I liked a lot of the older ones. It's just, like, I feel like Marvel spread themselves too thin or put too many cooks in the kitchen or some shit after, like, their big, like... Some things in Endgame, specifically, like, Part 2, was a little, like, those are choices. But, okay. My personal opinion, you can disagree. So like, I wouldn't mind them just nuking all of MCU and just restarting from the beginning, like retelling the story slightly differently or some shit. And like, that's just gonna be something that happens when you have like physical actors that are acting these parts, right? Like, yeah, eventually you're gonna have to retire Iron Man or Captain America or whatever, because the actors are gonna get to the point where they're not gonna want to make these movies because they've aged out. And that's fine. Like, that's fine. But I just really feel like maybe they just kind of need to start over. I don't know. They're trying to bring in newer people or whatever. Their writing is what's killing me. I'll be honest. They've failed to make me interested in any of the newer people that they're trying to bring in. And I'm just tired. Like, I'm just straight up tired. It's not good writing. I don't know. I'm not enjoying it. Even if you could be like, no, it's good writing. Okay, I'm not enjoying it. I don't know what it is. They're trying to force me to watch every single thing they put up on Disney Plus and every single movie as it comes out and every single short that comes out or holiday special or whatever. And that is too much of a burden on me. I'm going to be honest. I'm a busy person and I don't want to sit down and focus and watch all this stuff. And now I have a backlog of it that I would have to go back and watch. And I have a hard time retaining information from stuff. So it's kind of like, hey, I know I did watch this, but I don't remember what happened in it. So I feel like I probably need to rewatch some of the stuff that I had watched before, and that makes my list even longer. So I kind of don't want to do that. So I am hopeful about DCU, like 100%. Your opinion is that MCU should have ended with Endgame. I kind of agree. I'm going to be honest. I kind of agree with that. I think that was a good ending and they could have launched something else. They could have launched a different universe with a different big bad. Like, there's plenty of big bads in the MCU. I know Thanos is like a really big one, but they could have relaunched with different actors and it's an alternate universe, quote unquote, and they have a different big bad that they're fighting or something like that. That's just me personally. I don't know. I don't want any of my entertainment to feel like work, and some of those are homework. Yeah. Some of those shows are homework. You're right. That's how I feel too. Like, 100%. I did watch Deadpool and Wolverine. That was the last one that I've watched after not watching anything. It is pretty kind of standalone for the most part, kind of. So like, that was fine. I feel like they're going to try to incorporate more Disney, Marvel, whatever stuff into it. Maybe in the future, we'll see how that goes. But I feel like a lot of what Deadpool has in its pocket is the fact that Ryan Reynolds is so involved in it, and has so much quote unquote power over it. Which, we'll see now that it's Disney owned, if that will continue in the future. I don't know. I have hopes. Sorry. I have hopes for the DCU is basically what I'm going on to. I rattled off a lot. This is a very long video for something that the video itself was like 2 minutes and 19 seconds. I've talked a lot. I'm so sorry. This is just me rambling about my opinions. I'm hopeful for the new DCU because I feel like the old DCU was struggling with its writers and directors. And some choices that they made. And now I feel like Marvel's kind of like falling off because now they're kind of in their struggle era with their writers and what they've decided to do. So I feel like this is a good opportunity for DC to rise up, specifically in the cinematic universe. We'll see. We'll see what happens because I know a lot of people are unhappy about what happened with all of the Snyder movies and all of that. So we'll see what happens. I'm hopeful though.